What is up, my peoples? My peoples. Ted here again with Bodies and Wicks. What's going on? How you guys been doing? How has your Monday been going? My Monday has been going, I guess okay. I got a digital head over here behind me, and it's kind of floating away, you know? I got that going on for me, so, that's good, that's good. Um, Other than that, I made some money on Ethereum today. I'm not gonna lie. Made about 130 pips so far on Ethereum. I did lose a little bit on Litecoin, not gonna lie. Only about 30 pips though. That's just been about it. But man, I'm learning to use this Kraken, and man, if I can really learn how to use this Kraken stuff, this is gonna be amazing because I know, I'm good at Forex and I'm good at crypto. So like, you can switch like if you think Ethereum's gonna drop, but you think the pound is gonna go up, it allows you to take your whatever kind of crypto that you have and put it into a stable currency, right? A stable currency being the US dollar. Hold on, let me see here. US dollar, the US dollar coin, Tether, the Swiss franc, the British pound, the Japanese yen, the euro, DIA, or sorry, DAI, Canadian dollar, and the Australian dollar. So you can change it to basically any other currency, um, as well as the stable coins like Tether and US coin, um, which is freaking amazing. So if I can time things perfectly, which I usually is, I'm gonna be able to, dude, I'm gonna try to nail this, right? Like and this is probably gonna happen sometime around, it's gonna be early morning, something like that, to where I'm gonna be able to know that, that the British pound is gonna like take off versus the US dollar, right? So I would take all the Ethereum, right? And then I would take it and throw it into the pound, right? And then the pound would fly up like it usually does, against the US dollar. And then once the pound flies up and it gets to the top, I can switch it back to Ethereum. And man, I just made a bunch of, I just made more Ethereum just by switching it to the pound instead of switching it to the dollar, right? Man, that this is just turned into a game changer. This is just turned into a real game changer. I didn't realize you could do this. This is awesome. This is exactly what I was actually hoping would happen. And I heard Kraken was the best for trading, and I didn't realize that this was why. Because if you're good at Forex and you're good at crypto, man, you can really tear some crap up. That's for sure. That is for sure. Man, this has just really changed the game. This is awesome. So, anyways, I'm putting down Kraken, opening up my MetaTrader, and I'm checking out Ethereum. I'm telling you, Ethereum's gonna drop. And put my phone on my charger. Making sure it starts charging. Hold on 1 second. That's the thing, is that there's so many things in the way of my charger. It's a wireless charger too, so there we go. Okay, it is starting to charge. So I am what I'm waiting for, and I'm gonna go to the charts now, guys. I'm gonna go to the charts now, so that way you guys aren't left out. But first, what I want to do is that if you guys want to learn or know anything about smart money, this is what I do. I do smart money. What smart money is smart money is it basically says that the big institutions, the big banks, the big, the people that have a lot of the money and the power in these markets, the crypto markets, the forex markets, things like that, they have the power to manipulate the not really the well, yeah, kind of the supply, I guess you could say, but they have the power to manipulate the algorithm, right? The algorithm, because they have bots, right? They have trading bots, so the trading bots can just manipulate the price action. So with smart money is that we learn to understand and read what these are, and they leave signs behind, right? They definitely leave tips behind for us to read. So if you guys want to learn more about that and are excited to learn more about that, what I want you to do is please hit that subscribe button, and that way can as soon as I come online live, or as soon as I make a new video or something like that, you'll get alerted. Hit that like button. That way, it'll at least boost my ratings, or not at least boost my ratings, but people, more people on YouTube will be able to see me, and that way, they'll be able to learn more as well. Give me 1 second. It looks like YouTube has decided to change up some of my things, but I am not determined at all to be swayed by YouTube's trickiness. So, anyways, here we are. We are at the chart of Ethereum, right? We're at the chart of Ethereum, and now, so what has happened is that I'm looking at it like the very low point, to where it just bounced right at around 430, to where it got to that low, right? Came up, bounced a little bit, and it went down. I actually made money on this fall. I actually sold. I sold at 1313, and then I made money at 1305. So that's why these two red lines are here. This is where I made money from. I mean, I could have waited a lot longer, right, and just sold up here, and then just boom, got all that down there. That'd have been at least a good 300 pips from like here to here, that's for sure. But instead, I made 10 pips. I think it was like, or no, that was a little bit more than 10 pips. I think 13, yeah, that was 60 pips. What am I saying? Yeah, that was 60 pips. So, 60 pips. Hey, that's not bad. That's the good thing about Ethereum. A little bit is a little bit. I'm used to trading like GBP USD and like Euro USD, where it takes like all day to get 60 pips, and not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying that it's difficult. Whenever you're trading forex, and you're trying to make some good money, and make some good money fast. It's kind of, it definitely teaches you discipline, and how to look for these things. And I feel like I've learned really how to look for these things, and I feel like I've learned how to find them with forex. and now I've transferred that over to crypto, and it exists in crypto. Like, it totally exists in crypto. Especially the larger coins, anyway, I should say. The larger coins, it definitely exists in, or the coins that are most known, I should say. So you know, the smart money, the institutional trading, those kind of things, they exist in Ethereum, they exist in Bitcoin, they exist in Litecoin. Let me try to think of some others that I've seen that they exist in. Um, you know, I've seen it happen in Bitcoin Cash. Um, a little bit of Dash, not so much. XRP is actually one that it exists in. Um, it really, really, it was hardcore in XRP, especially right before like XRP like announced, you know, whenever XRP got up to like 64 cents or whatever. Um, that was a huge, huge, huge move by the institutions, right? And they just took that money and they ran with it, and they took a lot of people out. They got them to buy at the highest moment. They got them to sell at the lowest moment. They they just knew what they were doing, and you know, whenever it all got, it was said and done and settled, I was like, okay, I was like, well, here, what's going to happen with Ripple next? I was like, it's probably going to, you know, get down to here and then bounce up, and it did exactly that. And as soon as it did that, I was like, all right, I definitely know Ripple's, you know, is getting taken over by the institutions. But what is happening now with Ethereum, right? I think Ethereum is going to get down to around 1170, right? Um, and the reason being is because right now we are at, I mean, this low right here, right? So it pulls up against here, right? Pulls down, hits this, and then it comes down, hits this low, right? So you would think, everybody would think this is like a good near support, right? You especially, I'm sure you especially at home are sitting here thinking, hey, this is a good support area, right? I mean, I would too, right? I would think, hey, this is a good support area. So, um, whenever it comes back down to this area, what do you think people are going to do? They're going to start buying, right? It's a support area. They're going to start buying, right? Um, but the thing is that that's not what smart money teaches. Smart money teaches, okay, everybody knows that they're going to be buying in that area. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to go through that area to take people out of trades, you know, like futures and CFD trades, right? So, and this is the thing with crypto, that a lot of people have, well, not a lot of people don't know, just a lot of people aren't aware of, is that there's an app called MetaTrader 4. MetaTrader 4 is basically how you trade Forex, right? How you trade like the British pound versus the dollar, or the Japanese yen versus the Swiss franc, things like that. You gotta think that crypto is the exact same, right? It is the exact same. Crypto is just another currency. It is another currency that is being traded the exact same way. The thing is that you can own stake, or you can own equity in cryptocurrencies, right? Just the same way you can own stake in a US dollar, right? And the way you own stake in a US dollar is by actually having US dollars, right? That's kind of how you own stake in US dollar. It's just by having US dollars, right? So, you know, but let's say you wanted to trade that US dollar for Japanese, or not Japanese yen, but like a euro, right? You want to, you get the exchange rate, right? And then you hold on to the euro and you wait 5 years, and the euro is actually you know, 5 times the amount of the US dollar. So now whenever you go back to take the euro and exchange it for the dollars, you're getting 5 times the amount of what you exchanged it for in the first place, right? That's kind of like what Forex is, except for it happens really fast, and the most minuscule amounts of Forex can trade into a lot of money, right? So let me give you an example. I think I got GBP here real quick, right? So GBP, let's just say this was basically the start of yesterday, right? So it goes from the 24th to the 25th. It starts basically at a high, which I'm actually surprised that I've really never really seen that. So to me that's kind of cool. I actually want to mark that because um, I always mark daily highs. So I'm gonna put that blue, and we're gonna take the text blue, and I am going to put daily high, right? All right, so we got a daily high here. Now, from the daily high down to the daily low, which honestly really isn't that much. I've seen GBP USD go a long ways, right? Okay, so today it made 72 pips, right? So 72 pips. And let's say you were trading at with MetaTrader 4, you have what's called lot sizes. You have a regular lot size, which is a 1.00. You have a macro lot size, which is a 0.100, and then you have a mini lot size, and a mini lot size is a 0.01, right? So what these means is that you're basically kind of placing a bet, right? You're placing a bet um, that and let's say it basically you can sell, right, without owning anything, right? You can sell without anything. So let's say you knew that the British pound was going to open at a high, right? You knew it was going to do that, and so you're going to sell, right? And so you're going to sell, and you're going to sell at a 0.01 lot size, right? So that would be 10 cents is a 0.01 lot size, right? You can have an account of about $100, right? And trade 10-cent lots is what I call them, 10-cent lots, which are actually micro lots. So if you were to trade a 10-cent lot, you would actually make this entire 72 pips, right? What you would make would be $7.24, right? Is what you would make, right? That would be 72 pips, which that's not bad, not too bad. Not gonna lie, it's money, right? So let's say you were to trade a macro, right? So let's say you were to trade a 0.10 lot size. So what you would have made with that would have been $72.40 instead, right? Because you have just increased your lot size by 10 times, right? So which means you went from 10 cents to a dollar, which is 10 times that amount. So you would have made 10 times more, right? By selling, by hitting sell up here at the top and then exiting at the very bottom, right? You would have made $72.04. Or yeah. If you would have put in a regular lot size, right, which is what normal traders do. This is what how traders make their money. Um, they put in a $10 lot. What you would have made would have been $720, right? And or so yeah, $724, right? This is what you would have made. So, um, and that's why people use MetaTrader 4 as their app, for trading. It's because and look how much it moved. And this is what I wanted to show you. So it moved. So the exchange rate for um, GBP to USD went from 1.37211, right, to 1.36487, right? So that's really not much of an exchange rate if you think about it. If let's just say you're going to go exchange your your dollars for British pounds, right? And then later you come back and you exchange them again. Well, you're going to have a little bit less dollars, but you're not going to have that many less dollars, right? Actually, you would actually have more dollars. I want to say because the pound actually went. You sold the pound and you bought the dollar is what happened here. So you actually would have actually gained more dollars, but you really wouldn't have gained that many more dollars, right? I mean, unless you were trading thousands of dollars, then you would have made like a couple extra dollars or something like that. But and that's the difference in owning stake in or owning equity in uh, a um, a cryptocurrency versus trading it, right? So let's say you own, 120 chain link, right? You own 120 chain link, and you want to exchange it for something else, and then you want to exchange it back, right? Or exchange it for Uniswap, and then you want to exchange it back. Well, if you do that and you don't have that much, right? And you change it for Uniswap and it makes a little bit, and then you change it back to Chainlink, you may have made a little bit more Chainlink, but did you really make a whole lot more Chainlink? No, you really didn't. You really didn't, especially if you didn't have a lot. So, um, that's why people use MetaTrader 4 is because you can use that app to make a ton of money with the price barely even moving, right? And how it works is because it goes through a broker, right? It goes through a broker, and that's how it all works. Because basically, people are all taking their money and they're all throwing it at a broker, right? With all of these orders, that they got, and then the broker has to basically understand what's happening with it's all computerized, of course, but has to understand what's happening with everybody's money, and then either paying people out or taking people's losses, right? Because people can lose, in these trades, right? So, and how you lose in a trade, uh, let's say you were to go long, let's say you saw this trade right here, let's say you saw this, and you see it start to go up, right? So you buy GBP USD, right? You buy GBP USD, and you think it's going to get higher, right? You think it's going to get higher than this high, right? So you hold it, but you put your stop loss just below, uh, just below this low here, right? So you're holding it, you're holding it, you're holding it, and you think you're going to get above here, but then all of a sudden it pulls through the stop loss. Well, now all the money that you put into this trade has now went through to the bottom of this, and now it's knocked you out of the trade because you're at your stop loss, and that's what stop loss means. You're all of a sudden you stopped your loss, right? It takes that money that you've lost, throws it to the broker, right? And now the broker's got to divvy it up and find out who wins, and then gives it to the winner. or basically what they do is they try to find people who were on the opposite side of the trade of you, you know, and they'll give it to people that are on the opposite side of the trade of you is how that usually works. So that's how that's basically the difference in between trading, right, and owning stake or owning currencies, right? So um I just wanted to throw that out there because I feel like a lot of people in crypto may not understand how the trading works. And so whenever I'm out here and I'm trading crypto and I'm trying to find the very perfect moment to you know, to trade, um there's a reason for that. It's because that if I miss it by just a little bit, I can, you know, I can be off by, you know, a couple $100, you know, instead of, and that's just from, you know, Ethereum moving from 1348 to 1360, even though it's $12. If I put, you know, an actual lot size in there, instead of that being $12, that's $1,200, right? So that's the reason I bring this up. So that being said, let's see what's happening with Ethereum right now. Now, I think again Ethereum is going to drop to 1150, or and I think the reason I think it's going to drop 1150, well, for one, what I do like about the price that it's at right now is, yeah, it may have hit support, but smart money teaches us that it's probably going to go down further into this, right? Even though it did kind of, okay, so here, let's take this thing, let's go straight across, right? It does dip into that. It does dip into it just a little bit further from 1302 to 1295. It's only $7 though. It's only $7. Um I I don't think $7 is an you know what, it could be enough to take the people who are doing the stop runs, right? So people that are going, you know, as soon as it gets down here and it goes below this, it's gonna take off, right? And that's what people believe, and that's what I was taught as a retail trader, right? I was taught that as a retail trader, that whenever things get below, right, these levels, then what's going to happen is it's going to come back, right, and then hit that and use that as a support level, or I guess you could say a resistance level, and then it's going to continue to fall. So smart money, what smart money does is it dips into it and then pulls back, and it takes all the people that think like this out of the game, right? But what it also usually does is it does that, but then it pushes back down again. And the reason it pushes back down again is because of all the people that are going long in this area, right? I didn't mean to pull it that far down. Now I can't get it to undo, so hold on. Here, I know what to do. Stop level. Oops. 95. There we go. Now I got it. Sorry, you probably just heard Siri on my computer, so I'm gonna turn my monitor to my Yeti Nano. Everything's supposed to be going through my headphones anyway, but I'm not hearing anything. Yes, Siri, oh yeah, you have an audio problem, I get it. So what it usually does is that people that buy, right, what they'll do is they'll buy just before it gets to the right before it gets to the support, right? And then they'll put their stop losses just below that, right? Because they don't think it's going to get past the support, right? It can't get past the support. Nothing gets past the support, right? Well, what happened? They got past the support. And even if you were to, you know, go all the way down to, right? Oh, let me pull it down just a little bit further. Right. Even if you're pull all the way down here, you know, right to where the support is, right, and try to enter on the best that you can, and give it a good. Let me see how many pips that is. Give it a good 5 pip stop loss, right? Now that's really challenging yourself for a 5 pip stop loss. Most people usually go about 30. So that's why I'm surprised it actually only went that far in and then pulled back. So I'm thinking there must have been a lot of people that were having their stop runs going down this way, right? A lot of people must have had a lot of stop runs going down this way because the algorithm probably felt that and knew that, and that's why it pulled up, and it hasn't actually pulled back down since then. But the thing is that I'm waiting on this, and you know what? It could take some time. You know what? It really could take some time for it to actually fall down to the level that I think it's going to fall down to. Now, why do I think it's going to fall down here? Well, let's take this, because I had this right here on this guy. So that's why I was saying, you know, because this lands right on the 70.5, right? If you do it that way. And this should probably be pushed up a little bit. Yep, lands right on the 70.5 if you do it that way. Let me pull this up a little bit. There we go. Okay. So, and that's why I'm like, oh man, landed right on the 70.5. I don't like that because that's exactly where I want things to land, right? But it also lands at the exact same spot as to where, you know, the support is. And so another reason, that's another reason I don't like that. It should go down a lot farther. Or if it doesn't go down a lot farther, you know, it does spike down, pulls back up, and then goes back down again. And, you know, it kind of plays games around this area. So that way people don't know where to go. But if it goes right down to it and then people buy, you know, you're just giving a lot of people money. And, you know, maybe that's what they're wanting to do, because now it's probably going to sell, and people don't think about it. People are probably buying right now, right, and thinking they're at a safe spot to buy, not realizing it's going to sell soon. So now, why do I think it's going to go down to there? Oops, I didn't mean to move that. Let's undo that, and let's put the magnets on. Magnets. I just said magnets. If you go down to here, right, and then we have this all the way up here. Oops, I just moved that high. Okay, we're close enough. there's another liquidity point right here, right? So you see, you know, we saw this one, right? Come down, right? And then push down. And everybody thinks that's a support level, right? So it comes down, hits that support level, right? Whoopity-doo. Pull this up a little bit, right? So now we have another one. We still have another one of those, right? And it's right here. Now, this one is within the 61.8 area, right? So this is within the golden zone of buying. So usually I always tell people to buy right at the 62.8, but considering this is within the 62.8, I would like to hold off until it gets down to the 70.1 or 70.5, which is where I love to buy, or at least buy a little bit above it, the 72, 73, something like that. That way you know you're getting into that trade ahead of time, because I think it's going to get down just below this guy, right? Probably down to the 72, 73. And the reason I think that also is if we look over to the left, right? What do we have? We have a bearish order block right at the 70.5. So it's perfect. I mean, you have this, but you know, it still kind of comes up, challenges it, goes down. Here, this pushes down and this goes up. And this does not get challenged. This red candle right here does not get challenged. It doesn't come down back to it. Nothing comes back down to it, which means it's unmitigated. Unmitigated means, well, you'd have to look it up. It's kind of hard to explain, but basically it means that the people that are in Ethereum have these really deep pockets, right? Really deep pockets. And they have so deep pockets that what they did is that they sold, said that little red candle, they took enough and they sold a bunch, right? And after they sold a bunch, right at the same time they bought way more. So the red candle goes down, the green candle goes up, right? Red candle goes down, green candle goes up. So it happens so fast that they don't have time to get out of that short position. So what do? They have enough money to hold and stay in this trade, right? In this sell trade, as they're also buying and making money going up. Now, even though they're in the negative, it doesn't matter to them because they know that it's eventually going to come back down to this area. How do they know it's going to come back down to this area? Well, they're going to push it down to this area. They're going to sell down to this area. They're going to make money on the way down to this area. And then once they get back down to this area, guess what they're going to do? As soon as we get a little drawing going here, you know, as soon as this goes down here, right, and then pulls up a little bit, and then gets down here, and then pulls up a little bit, and it gets back down here, then guess what? Guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna take this, and then they're gonna go, boom, out of that trade. And then as soon as they get out of that trade, what do? Boom, long position again. Right? That's why I think it is going to get down to this area right here. Now, I really think it's going to get down to this area right here. I really do. I don't think it's just going to get to this area right here and then keep going. I mean, if we're looking at the history of Ethereum, especially since it's came up right? And then made this high right here at 1340, right? And it came back up, and and it made another high here at 1400. Pretty much actually where the previous all-time high was. Actually, where was the previous all? I always forget this. Let me go back all the way back to 2017. Here we go. It was 1424. I don't know why I don't have this on here. Okay, I'm going to save this now, so at least I know that's going to be on there. So, this was, let's just go ahead and mark it. Hold on. I want to make sure. I want to say it was 2017 or 2018. 2018. Very, very early 2018. So, January 2018, all-time high. And everything was backwards on that. There we go. January 2018, all-time high. Now, what I do have is a no zone down here, right? Don't want to move that. And the reason this is a no zone is I think if, oh, dang it. Okay, there we go. Because I think if we get back into this area, then I think we're looking at some trouble with Ethereum, right? I think we're looking at some really big trouble with Ethereum for the short term anyway. So look at this. I moved to something else and I moved back, and it brings back old stuff that I've drawn before. This is weird. Like, I drew this for one of my ideas. And this is kind of like what I think it's gonna do, right? Either one of these is what I think it's gonna do, right? So, even though it did hit this and it pushed up, right? Whenever it pushed up, it hit a bearish order block. And I'll show you that. Right, so here is a bearish order block right here. There's a green up candle right before it goes down. Right, so yeah, the green up candle, and then boom, you kind of have the explosion down. Not really an explosion, but it does go down. You don't have anything that kind of goes above it, and then goes down, hits this, right? You're all tight, you're low. That where we're at. And then it comes back up, right? It hits that order block, gets a little bit higher in the order block, actually makes some highs if I'm not mistaken, but these are solid candles. This is what I like right here. I like seeing solid candles without wicks. Solid candles without wicks means that there is power in them, basically. A little bit of a wick here, right? And you have a solid candle, and then you have a solid candle, a little bit wicky, but still solid candle, a little bit wicky, and then wicky. So you have a huge, I think, force down. You kind of have this big force up, and then boom, force down. It's like almost like that was meant by design. That was meant by design to force this to go lower, right? That way, whenever this does try to go higher, it's not going to work. Now, the last green candle to go up was this one, right? Which means that here is the start of that order block. Now, as you can see, ever since we've gotten below that, we haven't gotten above it. So, I still think we're going down. Still think we're going down. Anybody who is not watching me right now is not really understanding. Well, I guess to say not really understanding, but I think you're losing some good knowledge. So hopefully you watch the replay of this. I really do hope you watch the replay of this, because I feel like I'm dropping some good knowledge for some people who haven't experienced smart money yet. Take a drink. Actually, I'm gonna go. I'll be right back. I need to get another drink. Sorry, I just dropped my headphones, and I think I did something to them. Right, I am back. I'm back with a kickstart. Orange citrus. This is my new sponsor, Kickstart Orange Citrus. So I hope you guys enjoy Kickstart Orange Citruses. They are the new thing. They are the hip thing. You guys should definitely check them out right now. So it's time for some of my medicine. So. All right. Now, let's see what's going on. All right. I think Ethereum's getting a little boring. Let's check out Bitcoin. Bitcoin, I drew this Fibonacci recently because up here we have equal highs, right? So we have equal highs on this Bitcoin, which means there is a liquidity draw that is going to be drawing price upwards. So Bitcoin, I think, is going to be going up, right? I think we've hit a pretty good bottom at about 29,000. If anything, since I don't know how low we are in Bitcoin, right? But I feel like I should probably invest some more money in it, since 29,000 is a pretty good level, and we're at about 32, right? Let me see how much money I have in my bank account first. I know I have enough, but I just want to see how much I can throw in there. What day is it? The 25th? I get paid in 5 days, I'll be fine. Okay. It's not gonna work. Okay. There we go. I think 32,000 is a pretty good floor, but and I think I probably could have waited a little bit longer and maybe got it out at about 30,500. But you know, just getting in Bitcoin is the main thing to be doing, or at least adding to your Bitcoin. Hey, Conscious Vegan, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Sorry about earlier. It kicked me off again. If I stay on for an hour, right, it just kicks me off for some reason. I don't know what it is. So I don't know how long I've been on right now, but hopefully not nowhere near an hour. But I may be getting close to an hour. So it may be kicking me off sometime soon. I don't know. But I'm glad you're back on, dude. Anyway, I was talking about Bitcoin. And Bitcoin over here. Hey, Conscious Vegan, were you the one that messaged me on Telegram? Or was that somebody else? Okay, just making sure. Okay, cool. That's what I thought. I thought that was you. Anyway, you should also get a TradingView account, right? There's a link in the description below. That way you can sign up for TradingView. You don't have to pay for it or anything, but if you sign up through my link and eventually you do want to pay for it, that'd be cool. I think we'll both get a discount. But you know, sign up for TradingView. That way you get the charts. If you're not already on TradingView, you're subscribed. Oh, okay, cool. Well, you can message me through TradingView, dude, if you want to. I'm always on. I'm on TradingView at work most of the time. So if you like I don't know where you live, but like during the day, whenever I'm at work, it's funny. Like my work's IT department has like blocked like every other website in the world, but TradingView is the one that they haven't blocked. It's amazing. So I get I, oh, you're in the USA. Okay, cool. So yeah, you can talk to me during the day, man, if you're ever online or anything like that. Um but yeah, I love it. I love that I get to be on TradingView, like and I'll pull up all the different, you know, and I get there at 6 a.m., right? And the rest of the almost the rest of the whole work crew gets there at 8 a.m. I'm like one of six people that get there at 6 a.m. So I get there at 6 a.m. and so I get to see like the whole Forex thing unfold, because in Forex, like the New York kill zone, it starts at like 6 7 a.m. Like that's when the setups start happening, and like around 8 or 9 is like when like everything starts taking off. So like you can kind of tell like which direction it's gonna go, and then you can kind of like start putting in like your trades and whatnot, and then 8 or 9 is when they really take off. So it's cool that I'm there that early and I can get to do that. Crypto's a little bit different. Crypto has a mind of its own. You never know what time it's gonna do what. Like I said, last night we caught the all-time high, and then today, especially with Ethereum, and then today it fell, and it got its lowest point at 4:30 in the afternoon. So crypto is just like kind of all over the place. So um at least Forex kind of follows a rhythm, which I like. Crypto doesn't, so you kind of have to pay attention at all times. But anyways, I'm talking about Bitcoin. The reason I'm talking about Bitcoin is because there are highs right here, equal highs, right? And if you put a fib right from here to here, right, the current low to the current high, can I chart? Yeah, yeah, I'll chart it. Why not? I just wanted to talk about Bitcoin really quick, because I think this is an indication that we're going to get higher. And the reason I think this is an indication we're going to get higher, it may pull back a little bit more, just because I really do like the fact of you know prices getting in this range, right? And pulling back, into the 62 to 79% range of a full, wave, before they take off. And it's actually at the 150%, right? Is right when it gets to these equal highs. So I think that's that confluence in itself is just like almost a dead giveaway that Bitcoin is going to start going. I mean, come on, we hit 29,000 a day, so we're definitely going to be going up. That's for sure. But I'm just saying that there are some things that we can outline here, that can definitely show where Bitcoin might be going to. I definitely think this it's almost 38,000. It's 37,966 is what this 150 is. I want to see what the high is over here. 39,966. There's this. Hold on, what was this? 37,966. High is 37,948, so that's very, very close. I think that's as close as it gets. 37,948, and this is 37,966. Yeah, that's only like what, $12 off, if that. 4866 is. I can't do math in my head right now.